Hi, I'm Steve. I go by Stevie or Steve-O or, little suffixes, but I'm Steve. I grew up in Lubbock, Texas. It's in the northwest corner of Texas. The biggest city next to it is it. Um, it, um, I was a little bit different from the other kids I grew up with, and it was a struggle. Um, I think it impacted my mental health long term a lot while I processed through it. I realized when I hit puberty that I was bisexual. It was pretty obvious to me, but it was not something I was allowed to love myself for. I hated myself for it for a long time, or for going through puberty in general, and it destroyed my mental health for a long time. In college, I told my mom that I was bisexual, but I felt like that I knew that about myself, but didn't like it. I think I waited that long because I was scared of being sent to conversion therapy as a kid and didn't know if that was something that would happen, as that was something that was talked about on the Christian radio that I listened to growing up. I was pretty devout, even though I am very queer. I basically, my mental health kept crashing in connection to me suppressing my identity and sexuality and gender. And when I was finally starting to process through it, I had been hospitalized multiple times at that point. And someone on staff used that to try to behave in an abusive way towards me, who was no longer practicing. That put me right back in the closet for several more years, during which time I got married and moved out here. It wasn't until a friend of mine who was straight and was in an unhealthy marriage ended up committing suicide that I began to reflect on my faith and who I was, and if that was actually just a lot of things about identity. I think I started trying to live based on what was inside instead of what I was told to do, and thought about what I was told to do a lot. So I changed a lot as a person. Just became more true to myself. I don't feel like I had a sense of identity before, really. I just kind of molded to people around me. Eventually, about a year into my deconstruction, I came out as bisexual, but I didn't hate myself for it. It was a good thing, and it made me happy. And a lot of people were religious on there, on Facebook and stuff, where I came out. And I am still glad that I did it. They were people that lived far away from me. After about a year or so more of processing, I came to terms with me being non-binary. And that was something that was true to me. I didn't really have a lot of positive experiences growing up as a woman. And so I waited to try and have some of those positive experiences to see how that actually felt. And realized that it just made me feel really uncomfortable because that didn't feel right to me. So I came out as non-binary and changed my name. That did halt my career advancement at my job. It took me a long time and a lot of fighting to get the same opportunities as some other people have in my industry, just right off the bat. But I don't regret trying to go by my name. I think that has been a really good thing, just for me overall, and trying to make a path for others behind me by standing up for myself, and not just me, but trying to see if there's policy changes that can be made so that it doesn't happen to anybody else. And then I'd say it took me about a year later to realize that I wanted to go on testosterone. That was something that that would make me a lot more comfortable and have that consistency. I know a lot of things that I'm describing here are very difficult, and I don't think they should be, and I feel like that's why it's important to talk about it. What I have found is not that everything is better by coming out, but that I'm able to handle it better because I have a firm sense of myself and who I am, and that makes me really happy and fulfilled. And I guess that's my hope, is that there is less cost to coming out, that don't have to worry about familial acceptance or being abused for caring for yourself, and that people don't have to suffer to just be themselves. The way that some people in school now are, especially up here, I was raised in a religious school. It's just amazing to me that people are able to just accept themselves so much earlier. It blows my mind. It makes me really happy, because I imagine that some of those struggles that I had are things that they won't have to go through in the same way. And that just gives me a lot of joy for the future. So anyway, thank you.